What can you do if you made some errors in your asylum application form and maybe in the declaration that you submitted as well? How do you go about trying to address that or fix them? Look, if you have a lawyer, I do recommend usually that you try to address these in writing ahead of time before your interview through your lawyer. But if you don't, look, I wouldn't worry about doing it ahead of time. Rather, I would address these things during the interview while you're reviewing your asylum application form. During every interview, the officer is going to go through your application with you. Almost every single box and question, they're going to ask you about it again. And that's your opportunity to say, oh, officer, there's some mistakes here. And I want to tell you about it. And you just tell them and you fix it. You update it. It's not a problem. You should do this also regarding your declaration while you're reviewing the application. They're not going to ask you, are there any mistakes in your declaration? But before you sign your application, where you're saying, okay, now with these edits and these updates, everything is true and correct in the application. Before you get to that, you should say, by the way, officer, there's also a couple of mistakes in my declaration that I want to tell you about. Can I do that? And you'll tell them about it and they'll say, okay, I took note of it. Got it. You want to do that stuff, make the officer aware of these mistakes or these things that need to be changed or updated before you finish the review of the asylum application. Because in the next phase of the interview, which is the actual substantive questions about your case, once you get there, it's too late. It's too late. The officer will consider an inconsistency or a problem in your case if you don't raise it with them and address it before the substantive question and answers portion of the interview.